Marie Dumoulin is director of the wider Europe programme at the European Council on Foreign Relations. I asked her about the divisions within the bloc.
There are two main sides to the argument. The first one is a moral one. They say it's morally awkward to see Russian tourists in the streets of European cities while Russia is waging a war in Ukraine. So that's the first side of the argument. The second one is a political one. They say people traveling to the EU are mostly upper middle classes, people that can have some influence over decision-making in the Kremlin, or at least people the Kremlin would listen to. And so by creating a dissatisfaction among these people because they can't go to the EU anymore, it will lead them to exert some pressure over the Kremlin to influence the further decisions on the war. The second concern is that the argument about a possible influence on decision-making from the people that would suffer from this visa ban is seen as wishful thinking. There's a very low proportion of the Russian population which travels abroad. It's less than a third of the population. And most of the people who travel do not travel to EU countries. So it would in no way be a significant amount of people who would protest this decision. And it's probably not the people the Kremlin listens to. So the influence of such a decision on Russian decision-making is not proven.
So you talked about the isolation of Russian society. Is there a danger in that long term, do you think?
Well, Russia will not be forever the Russia we have now. So if the EU wants to have some influence on the future of this society, it needs to keep at least some level of engagement with the society. It's difficult to have engagement with the authorities now, but at least you can hope that for the future, if you remain in contact with people in Russia, you may have some influence over their thinking, or at least they will know how the EU works, and they will know what is right and what is wrong in the Russian authorities' narrative about Europe. The discussion is about a visa ban for tourists, but there is no such thing as a tourism visa for the EU. It's either for short stays or long stays. So if you ban all visas for short stays in the EU, it means that people who have family in the EU or who want to travel for a conference or for some business with EU corporations will not be able to do that. So it may have very heavy consequences for particular individuals who happen to be the individuals with the most serious links to EU countries. So we are basically striking the people who are closer to us, which is kind of also morally difficult.